Hello everybody, welcome back to 539. So once again today we are diving deep into the woods in a nature preserve. We're going to see if we can find some more abandoned items from the farms that used to occupy these areas. And so I actually found out when I got back to the command center last time that I had been thinking of the wrong place when it came to the random basement or whatever it might be. It might be a cellar or something like that, but it actually is in this nature preserve right here, and so I'm hoping that we'll have some good luck. I've been here one time before looking for similar things and was actually unable to locate anything. It's really rough terrain. The only thing that actually exists from this place is on my Instagram account, which if you've never checked out, make sure to check out that for some amazing still photography that I do from my different adventures and travels around the country. But I'm hoping to have a little bit of good luck today, and we'll see what we can find. Obviously, it's a good time of year to find hidden things. In the summer, it can be a lot harder with everything grown up and all of the thorns and everything. We'll probably still run into the thorns, but it should be at least visible. It's actually quite a high hill that we're on. Let's say down to the river there's at least 100 feet down. Obviously it's not a straight drop off. It does kind of look like there's a trail that goes down that way, but we're actually going to go straight right now, and then we'll hopefully loop around and come back up that direction. Again, another place where so far the trails aren't really well marked, and as you can see with all the leaves on the ground, it sort of covers up where we're trying to go. So I'm just gonna have to feel it, and usually that works out, but sometimes you kind of find yourself off the trail by accident. And once again, a lot of surprise drop-offs, a lot of hills that you can't really see from a distance, so it's going to be one of those places where, again, it's hard to spot what we're looking for, but assuming that I can get close, we should be able to spot it. I'm not sure what's coming up here. It looks like a picnic table that was built for the park once the land was relinquished, and something's next to it though. Looks like just a fire pit at this point though, and again I'm kind of thinking that this in particular was made for the nature preserve. But it does kind of have similar brickwork to the old basement that I was trying to look for, so might be a good sign. Could be something from the original establishment, but I am really thinking that it was made afterwards. I'm going to take this side trail down for just a moment here. If it is indeed a side trail, maybe it's an animal trail. Again, kind of hard to tell, but an incredible view through the trees here. You can see several miles ahead, but it's kind of looking like the trail ends. Can't really tell if this is it or not. There's actually less markers in this place than the previous location I was at. Okay, yeah, we're gonna turn around. Something's banging on the trees really loud. It's not a woodpecker. So it's either people or a very large animal. there's no bears in this area. So it's more likely that there's somebody just back here either hacking away at a tree with an axe, or I'm not really sure. Another signature tree here. You see a lot of new work that's been done. So a decent amount of people make it back here. And directly next to it, some very interesting symbols here. Almost looks like a cross with, I don't know what these are. Almost looks like someone took a pickaxe to it or shot a gun at it. Again, I'm not really sure about the noises, but these noises that are happening now sound more like animal noises. Alright, so this is definitely part of what we were looking for. I'm going to go ahead and cut over here. Not the brick-lined cellar that I was seeing in the photos, but definitely something incredibly old, and most likely would have had a structure sitting on top of it at one time. I'm not seeing any of the old materials, but we can definitely see some metal objects and brick down below the leaves. These are actually, looks like old tin cans. So probably would have been a cellar of some sort. Else here. I can't really tell. It looks pretty old. Has some writing on it. Looks like it says hairspray. Some of this stuff might be rather new. There might be some people that come out here and do a little bit of partying, as you can tell here. But a lot of this old, rusted metal is probably fairly original. I don't know what the glass stuff either. It could go either way, I suppose. It looks kind of new. Now that looks old. It must have been part of an old glass or something. Maybe a vase of some sort. Wow. That's definitely incredibly old there. So I would say this is definitely someone's old cellar. It'd be neat if we could find like an old time capsule or something back here, but probably gonna be nearly impossible. There is another can though. Oh nope, that's actually plastic. But you can see the top of a very old, what likely would have been a beer can or a soda can. Very interesting. Underneath this rock, there's another item here. Top of some sort of can. Wow, wasn't expecting to find this much back here. Just pulled up this. There's some metal piece here. Almost feels like a handle of something. It's impossible to get it out. There's pieces of stuff coming up. And there's like an old bag. This is crazy. There's more. A beer can. I don't know. But again, it sounds like somebody's getting close. I heard another thump on a tree while the camera was off. Like somebody threw a large stone against a tree. So, I don't know if there's some people back here trying to mess with me or scare me or what it is. But, I haven't heard anybody getting too close in terms of footsteps though. So, it could have been something. It might have been a large branch that fell off a tree or something that fell from really high up, but whatever it was heavy and really loud. And it just, again, sounded to me like somebody threw a large stone against the side of a tree. Well, this is something from the original building for sure. Not sure exactly what it's for, some sort of piping. But let me know again if you know. And all kinds of things that I'm finding here. Something too. I don't really know what this is. And tons and tons of bottles. Lots of broken glass. This looks like an old vanilla bottle or something. Definitely glass. And I definitely heard another thump. I don't know what exactly is out there, but whatever it is, it's making lots of loud noises and seems to be picking things up and throwing them. So my only explanation at this point is that someone else is out here with me. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're following me. They could just be out here having fun and for whatever reason decided to throw some things against trees. I really don't know. But it's not a deer. And again, there's no bears in this area, nor would they probably be picking up rocks and throwing them against trees. And the thuds are so loud that it seems incredibly unlikely that it's like something falling from the top of a tree. If it were a big branch, it would make a crashing sound as it came down. So, I don't know. Very bizarre. But if they got incredibly close, if it was a person, I should be able to hear footsteps in the leaves. So, who knows? Again, it might just be people messing around. You never know. That doesn't always mean that people are doing bad things. Despite some opinions, I'm not a paranoid person. I only report what's happening to me. So if I feel like somebody's doing something suspicious, then I will say so. But otherwise, I just assume that people are out enjoying the locations that I'm out enjoying. So, yeah. But I've had a lot of strange experiences, and so to the people that think I am paranoid, you probably just haven't watched enough videos to see some of the strange things that I've seen people do, like stop in the middle of public streets to stare at me and pull their cameras out and start filming me, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. It looks like there's been a few different landslides over the years. Lots of downed trees. And I kind of remember it being pretty much the same the last time I was here. Really eerie, really creepy looking. But I kind of like it like that. Then again, it is possible that it wasn't a farm at all. It definitely was someone's old homestead for sure. Obviously with the signs that we found, the old cellar, and a lot of supplies, cans that haven't existed within the last probably 40 to 50 years, and old bottles, pieces of piping. So for sure was somebody's home, but hard to tell if it would have been a farmer or who exactly would have lived here. But if you got an opinion, leave it in the comments below. Let me know who you think lived here. Let me know what you think the history is. There's not a whole lot available on the area that I've found so far, but if I am able to locate an actual legit historical document on this place, I'll for sure pass that information along. I'm sure we're probably going to just find a lot of old trash that fishermen and people have left behind. But I want to kind of go on this little outcropping. I think during some parts of the year it's a little island. Obviously it's not very flooded right now. And so, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. But you can see a lot of the stones down here. And a lot of them just look like river stones. So it may be partially flooded some of the year. Doesn't look like too much out here. River is really swift right now. A lot of these rivers are actually shallow enough during parts of the year that you can literally cross them on foot. There's something over there. I don't know if it's bubble wrap or a piece of fabric. Doubt it's anything important. Probably just trash. I would try to help clean some of these places up, but a lot of times there's so much trash. There's really not much you can do. Yeah, it definitely feels like some sort of bubble wrap. A little bit more sturdy than maybe what you would send something in the mail with. Looks kind of industrial. It's also a great way to check on the hills above. If somebody were in here with me, I would most definitely see and hear them coming at this point. But so far, aside from the weird noises, it does appear that I'm alone, at least in this specific part of the nature preserve. Yeah, I don't really think that we're going to find anything interesting in this spot. I think what I'll try and do is head back up the hill and then go around again by where we found the original structure and see if we can continue on down that trail and find some more maybe. But I guess it makes sense that there wouldn't be really too much down here. Obviously, with the flooding that occurs in these areas, there's not going to be a lot of people that want to build homes or any sort of permanent structures down here. It wouldn't really be smart. It would just be completely flooded part of the year or completely destroyed. So we're going to go ahead and head way up there through the other staircase that's built into the side of the hill here. Not really a staircase, just a bunch of wood that's been loosely anchored into the ground. We're now back in the main section of the trail. We're going to head up. Wow, the staircase looks crazy. Looks worse than it was last time I was here. Incredibly slippery, and I don't know if you can tell, but the stairs actually lean, so they're not even. So it's pulling you down the hill even as you climb. And then there's hidden roots everywhere. Not much more to go though. But again, there's a fairly loud thump. I think it might have been natural though this time. But incredibly strenuous trail, really dangerous, especially again with the lean. You could easily be on one of the stairs, which are fairly slick, and just slide to the side and fall down the hill. Again, I don't know how well it translates on the camera to how steep it is. Some parts are incredibly steep, and then some are not so much. But either way, it just feels like you're on the verge of falling the entire time. And these are fairly straight here, but they still have a slight lean. All right. we're back on the main trail here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is cut for a minute until we get back to where we were, and then we'll pick up right from our old cellar. And if there does happen to be somebody back here with me, we should be behind them now, so we most likely will have an encounter if there is somebody here, or maybe they left. Either way, I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, we're back. Still haven't found anybody, and the cellar is right behind us now. We're going to take this deeper into the uphill woods here. I don't know what we're going to find. Oh, this is weird. Okay, I thought it was a rock. Somebody actually has driven another log into the middle of this tree. And if we look down, you can definitely see some raccoon droppings here. So we know it's a gathering place for raccoons. It seems that I made it almost to the edge of the nature preserve here. I'm going to follow this for a little while longer. I've got about half an hour to 45 minutes left of sunlight. And yeah, then there's not really going to be much use looking around, because I probably won't spot anything. And if we don't find anything by this next ridge, I'm going to call it quits, because we definitely found an incredible amount of interesting things in that one cellar. So I think it's enough to be a pretty cool episode, but I would love to find a second structure there and see what it holds to. And I could see kind of a sheer drop off not too far ahead. And I know for sure nothing would be there. I think that's actually a dam. Huh. So once again, if you are enjoying these episodes, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and make sure if you've never subscribed to the channel, maybe this is the first time you're ever seeing the 539 channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the weekly adventures that we do. I'm doing hopefully around 2 a week. The weather has just been absolutely terrible and uncooperative lately, so sometimes I've been falling behind a little bit, but other than that, we had a nice full summer of about 4 episodes a week. Unfortunately, YouTube kind of started punishing me for doing that and not notifying people of my new videos, so I kind of stepped it back down to 2 videos a week to make sure that you guys were getting notified and making sure that I wasn't getting completely screwed over for trying to work harder. But we also do plenty of content over on the second channel. If you want to check out the mystery channel, MISTORY, and the link to that will be in the description below. But again, let me know if you know any of these items that we found here today, what you think about it, what you think about these types of locations. And yeah, almost to the edge here, and unless I see anything else, we're pretty much gonna be done with this place. Alright everybody, it doesn't look like we're going to find that second structure here again. It might have been just a really deceiving photograph of the fire pit that we found, or potentially an old chimney. I don't really know which it is. It kind of looks like it might have been restructured on a part of another structure at one point. So again, let me know in the comments below what you think. But thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. Make sure again to check out the second channel, and I will see all of you in our next adventure.